great team win for us tonight. I think especially in the offensive end, we really shared the basketball well tonight. I thought there was really good chemistry on that end of the floor. I thought at times our defense was good, and then obviously we have a lot to build on when it comes to that end of the floor tonight. Just our man defense, we got to pick it up. We got to do some more things in terms of taking team stuff away from them. But I was pleased with the effort. I was pleased with the team win, and again, it's early in the season, so always something to build upon.
Any questions?
So I guess, how much have you seen Felicia improve over the last year, especially today, but not
yeah. Just has a fight about her. I think she's just more confident. She's put on 15 pounds of muscle, which has helped her confidence. We're really trying to go into her early and establish her position inside, which obviously helps our guards, I think, when people really have to focus on her. I think she's just shown a different level of toughness and competitiveness, and I think that's just her growth and putting on the muscle weight and being able to find better balance with herself. And so she's really starting to come along, and she works hard. She comes in the gym extra. She works a lot with Coach Fred. I mean, she really wants it. So I'm really pleased with kind of her growth pattern right now.
Talk about coming back less than 48 hours after playing down at Mississippi State. What did you take away from that game?
It was an environment that was, I mean, we needed to be in an environment like that. If you're playing top 10 teams in the country, you're on their home floor. They were raising their Final Four banner that night. There was a lot of great energy in that gym. It was loud, hot, and so just to get in there and just to get that kind of experience and exposure, for me, I would have done it all over again. I mean, it was a great game for us to play in, just to understand. To watch that team on film doesn't really do it justice of how physical and how athletic they are. And I thought we did a good job for the most part for the first half. I thought we kind of lost our minds a little bit, about a minute left in the first half, and it just kind of trickled. We lost our poise, and we never really gained our composure. But I thought for almost the first half, all the way through, I thought we had good composure. I have no question, like I felt like we battled, and we believed that we could win that game and go down there and compete. And so, again, just another building block to move.
Coming back less than 48 hours, was that your intention to do that intentionally, or just how it played out?
Yeah, it's just hard with non-conference scheduling. I mean, it's just, going with what the men's schedule is versus our schedule and trying to fit all that in before we have 2 weeks of finals. So we got to really kind of crush our games in early. But I think that's a testament not only to the girls, how hard they've worked, that they're able to turn around and do that, and also to our strength and conditioning, who have really kind of gotten them to where they need to be able to handle this type of schedule.
Hold on 1 second.
But was it good coming back less than 48 hours later and kind of putting that other game behind you?
Sure. Yeah. And tournament style plays, all that kind of stuff. Like we're just trying to get in good games. So I don't know how intentional it was, but it's things we need to be able to do and finding a balance in our schedule. So yeah, 2 games underneath our belt, getting ready for Georgia.
Yeah, Coach, after that tough game against Mississippi State, a really good team, obviously, what do you want to see out of the girls today in the home opener against a Central Connecticut team?
We mainly talked about a standard, like what's our standard going to be, and not playing to the level of your competition. And they're a great team, and for us, it's like who do we want to look like at the end of this game? What does that look like for us? So it was really about setting our own standard.
This is for Jocelyn and Dominique. You guys had a really good game today. You guys were both the top scorers. Could you kind of reflect on your performances today and kind of how your relationship and your chemistry together has grown since your first year?
Yeah, well, thank you for the compliment. I think over the years, this year we're taking on much more of leadership. I think we definitely had great chemistry on the floor, and that's something we've been working on in practice. Obviously, I haven't been practicing as long, but getting back on and off the court, we're just always together, always talking about what we can do better, what the team needs from us, and that definitely translated to today. She had some passes to me, I had some passes to her, and just getting the whole team involved.
Yeah, I would say for me, I really wanted to focus on bringing our first years up into the position that they were in today, and getting everybody involved within our offense and defense. So we weren't really looking necessarily at the points, but just the team chemistry that we had on the court.
Jocelyn, I was wondering, how is your ankle feeling? I know you were struggling with an injury at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's still a little sore, but at this point, like, it's functional. It's strong enough to be able to handle being out on the court. So, you know, still doing treatment and therapy and everything, but right now my goal is to just be there for the team and do whatever they need me to do. So.
Okay, and Coach Boyle, how are you going to keep this momentum going into Georgia next at the end of this week?
You know, when you have a little bit of we've experienced what we wanted last year and what we didn't want last year, and so I think there's a hunger and a fight. Like we know we have to come in and battle every day. Like every win is going to matter this year, you know. And so for us, we wanted to put a challenging schedule together. The girls wanted a challenging schedule. We have a challenging schedule, and so I mean they want to own this. You know, they want to own this non-conference schedule. So they're going to have a day off tomorrow and rest and get modalities done and come in and have 2 great days of practice.
Jocelyn, what's it like as your first season as a co-captain? How has that leadership role been for you so far?
I don't think it's been too much of a change. I think last season, I feel like I'm more of a leader by example than necessarily using my words to kind of dictate or recommend what should be happening. But I think definitely growing vocally, that's been a huge part of it. But I think the girls have respected me from last year, and I just hope I continue to gain the respect and trust as their leader this year. So.
Any other questions?
Dominique, you really look like you came out, you know, very aggressive today, shooting 7 3-point attempts. Is that kind of, do you think you need to be that aggressive this year?
Yes.
I mean, Coach B saying yes. It's just the flow of our offense, really. I just take the open shots that I see. Today, it was more focusing on completing through our offensive plays, but if I saw an open shot, I would take it. So, I mean, it just depends on what game it is.
I know you said you weren't concerned about points, but when you're creeping up towards 100 points, did you kind of start watching the scoreboard at that point?
I mean, it was good to pass 100, you know, but we weren't really focusing on how much we were scoring. We were focusing on how much we could stop them from scoring because we really value our defense. So that was just the focus. And our defense led to offense, so I think that's what happened out there to get the 100 points.
Yeah.